Dustin's account has roughly been the speed limit, a pursuit that has roughly followed the speed limit. But we're seeing now going into oncoming lanes here, straddling the road. We have seen vehicles on the road throughout, now just straight up into the oncoming lanes. And OHP, of course, maintaining their lane. Looks like still going southbound here, right? Everyone, we're still going southbound. Southbound, approaching 71st. Oh, there's Dustin. Dustin, southbound Union at 71st. That's where we're at. Tell us where we're at.
We're southbound on Union, approaching 61st here.
Okay, and give us an update, kind of, if you can, on the speeds again. Kind of hard to tell. Can you tell us roughly how fast we're going here?
Yeah, right now we're going about 40 miles an hour.
So yeah, really.
We're approaching 61st Street stoplight here.
Tell us about the traffic. I know, Matt, and you really keeping things very, very well in frame to show us what's going on. Light traffic, moderate traffic, what would you characterize it as today?
Right now here on Union, it's very, very light traffic. There's nobody ahead of them and probably 3 or 4 cars between 61st and 71st coming northbound. They just turned into a neighborhood here, so we're going to see what's going to happen in this neighborhood.
Just turned into a neighborhood. Speeding through there.
This is just south of 61st Street, west of Union.
South of 61st, west of Union. Don't know, of course, where this person is going, but now we're going to a much narrower street. There are vehicles parked on the street, several OHP vehicles.
This is a dead end, Dave. There's nowhere out for them to go from here.
Okay, this could be
like
it.
There might be an exit to this neighborhood I didn't see. So they can get back out here on 61st Street if they continue here to the north.
Dustin, tell us a little bit about, now, did you see or did we just hear that someone had jumped out of the vehicle, exited the vehicle earlier in the chase? Were you able to see that?
No, we weren't on the chase yet whenever that happened. So now we're westbound again on 61st Street. Here, let me make a call to the tower real quick, Dave.
Okay, no problem. So Dustin making a call to our signal tower, make sure everything's good to go. So we'll continue following this as now they are right on top of the chase. Osage Sky News 6 HD right on top of this highway patrol chase, passing a public park here on 61st. Approaching 33rd West Avenue. We can see this is a populated area, and Dustin said, you know, it is light traffic, but we've seen enough vehicles where something serious could happen if this driver decides to go into oncoming lanes, if a vehicle maybe doesn't have time to pull over. We've seen many vehicles being able to pull over. We've seen this vehicle, this landscaping truck is what it is what OHP is chasing. We've seen the landscaping truck blow through stop signs, go through construction zones, and now we're north on 33rd West Avenue. Again, right on top of it, so maneuvering our cameras to give you the best view possible. And we've seen kind of what OHP's been able to do, depending on the road conditions and the width of the roadway. They're either pursuing or kind of getting right up next to that pickup. We've seen that several times from the police cruiser, specifically the car, is that OHP cruiser has been able to match the speed of the vehicle, possibly getting in place, who knows, for some sort of tactical maneuver. We don't know. Again, this is a truck hauling a trailer, and in that trailer and in the bed of the pickup truck, there's equipment. So potentially things could, of course, go flying out of that. That's always a possibility. It says Green Pro landscaping on the side, Green Pro on the side, but again, we don't know if this is stolen. We really do not know the origin of this vehicle, how it came to be involved in the pursuit. But now we're approaching an intersection with several vehicles. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles going in different directions, just missing all of them. That's some pretty heavy construction there on I-44 at the overpass, and now we're into a part of West Tulsa where you got a Brahms, you got a shopping center off there to the left, so this is going to be a commercial and residential area. Dustin, hey, you're back with us. Where are we now?
This is 33rd West Avenue. We just went underneath 244, the construction there at 33rd West. So they're approaching, they're still northbound, approaching the spur on 244.
So tell us, I know this truck is, and this trailer is full of things. Have you seen any objects flying out? I can't really tell. Is it everything staying in the trailer?
I haven't seen anything leave the trailer, Dave, from my perspective, but, you know, it's like a lawnmower trailer with tall sides, so I don't know. They had to hit some pretty big bumps, I think, for something to come out of that.
Right, and OHP is on this. How many OHP vehicles are in pursuit? I saw some motorcycles earlier. Were there still motorcycles there?
Yeah, I see 2 OHP cruisers and then a bunch of motorcycles, and it looks like TPD's in on it too.
Oh.
It looks like we're getting on Southwest Boulevard.
Now we're at Southwest Boulevard, overtaking the position of the pickup truck. You saw the cruiser there. So now this vehicle is surrounded, a cruiser on the front end, an SUV, OHP SUV on the back. There's that 66 overpass, Arnold's Hamburgers, a new location right there. Don't laugh. I love a good Arnold's Hamburgers. No, so we're continuing here with this chase. So far, we haven't seen anything fly out. We've seen things mostly, according to Dustin, roughly at the speed limit, but we have seen him go into oncoming lanes, or the driver. I keep saying him. We don't know. The driver going into oncoming lanes. The trooper, we noticed right there, the trooper, Dustin, was out of his vehicle. Could you see stop sticks?
I didn't see stop sticks, Dave. It looked like he may have tried to get in a position to deploy him, but I don't know that he got ahead enough to do it, if that was his goal or not.
So we have another cruiser
Looks
now.
like there's another cruiser that just took off ahead of him too, maybe trying to do the same thing up ahead. We'll see.
Yeah, and so this is also a tactic that we've seen on police pursuits and trooper pursuits, where you get out ahead and try to deploy some sort of stopping device. There's several tires to choose from on this vehicle and the trailer, so if this potential stop sticks would hit any of those, that could hopefully end this chase. We haven't seen any injuries that we know of so far, no collisions. That's been a huge blessing. And now that trooper may have, I don't know, again, Dustin, you couldn't tell, right, if he deployed anything or if he just got in his car and moved?
Stand by, Dave.
Okay. So now we're going into another construction zone.
And Tower News 6, yeah, we'll go ahead and terminate with you.
Okay, so now we're in a construction zone.
Not at the moment. We'll just terminate for here.
Still on Southwest Boulevard. The dust flying. We've got traffic cones going. So now heading to kind of the refinery area there. And if you're familiar with this area, you're going to know some of these landmarks, large parking lot there. But we have troopers now in that left turn lane. There's one trooper in the left turn lane. We've seen a couple troopers overtake the pickup, go way out ahead. It appeared one of the troopers got out of their vehicle to try to maybe deploy something, then got back in the vehicle really quick and extended the pursuit. That vehicle is just, that you saw there, just pulling off the side of the road. So again, if you're in this area of West Tulsa, you really got to be careful. Just kind of avoid it. That Southwest Boulevard, we've seen it go down 33rd West Avenue, 61st. And we are continuing now into a refinery area. We see some oil storage tanks there, some Holly Frontier storage tanks. This pursuit has now been going on at least 20 minutes that we've been on air, that I can tell. And then before that, we believe it started somewhere around Catoosa. Now we're stopping. We're turning right, east of 25th, threading the needle between those two vehicles who were somehow able to pull over in time. And now we're going into a neighborhood again. Dustin, tell us an update on the location here, another neighborhood.
That's right, Dave. We were just south of 21st Street and east of Southwest Boulevard. He's just turned into this neighborhood here. He's going to make a left or right. If he's turning to the left, he's going to come up next to this little alleyway by this building. We'll see if he'll be able to get back out of here.
Boy,
it's pretty tight quarters pulling a trailer through that area there.
Yeah,
and block him in.
Continue, Dustin.
Looks like he's going to be able to get out of this.
So again, you're still seeing pretty light traffic, right, in the West Tulsa area here?
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty light over here in the area right now. Now he's turning left again.
So now we're going in circles, basically.
Yeah, he's going to go right below us, so we're going to make Matt work for it here in just a second.
Matt Ron, our photojournalist in the air. Dustin, you all are doing both just a fantastic job. You're on top of this chase, frame for frame, following every second of it. Thank you for doing that. And again, at least, I don't know, at least 5 trooper vehicles following, I'd say, right, Dustin? I mean, you've got some motorcycles, you've got cruisers, you've got an SUV.
Yeah, there's quite a few OHP troopers. I saw at least 3 or 4 of the cruisers and then several motorcycles and then some white vehicles. I'm not sure if those are Tulsa Police or OHP. But now we're northbound again. I believe this is Jackson headed up towards 21st Street.
Now we're coming into a heavily populated area. I know there's McDonald's coming up here, a Quick Trip, I believe, in this area. So this is more of a heavily commercial area. And now look at that. We have law enforcement. We had some law enforcement stop there on the opposite lanes. Did you see
It looks like they tried to get him with some stop sticks at that intersection. I don't know if they were successful or not.
Oh, so maybe another law enforcement agency was able to jump ahead and put him in there, maybe. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we're crossing the 21st Street Bridge, back on crossing the river.
So 21st Street Bridge, crossing the river. So now we're going back into Midtown.
Yes.
And OHP again, they've repeatedly tried this, getting ahead of the vehicle by several yards, maybe trying to deploy something, really just trying to bring this to an end safely as we're heading into Midtown, not far from the downtown area. And this, again, a truck with landscape insignia on the side, landscape equipment in the trailer, hauling a trailer, has been now continuing on this chase for well over 20 minutes. We believe it started near Catoosa. So now the Midtown housing, we can kind of see this. I believe we're coming up to the Council Oak Elementary, I believe is what this is. Yeah, the former,
That looks right, Dave.
of course, Lee Elementary. So Dustin, tell us just kind of,
Cincinnati.
we're navigating streets. This kind of changes the game a little bit.
That's right. Now we're into a very populated area with lots of houses and small neighborhood streets. This is 21st Street heading east, back towards Utica.
Back towards Utica, approaching Peoria. So now we're getting close to the Cherry Street area. Again, this started near 257th East Avenue in Pine, as far as we could tell from our, again, early information on this. And it looks like, again, we've been following this more than 20 minutes, and the feed now goes out, and it's back. So just hang with us, folks. Helicopters in the air, trying to hit towers, get this picture to you at home. So just hang with us. Picture popped back up just fine. Heading in the Midtown area. Looks like this is Utica, maybe Cascia Hall, I'm thinking, in that area. So again, a police pursuit, specifically OHP was initially involved in this, and now, according to Dustin, other law enforcement agencies have picked up on this. A white pickup with landscape insignia hauling a trailer with landscape equipment. This is now Utica Square. You can tell we've got kind of the villa roofing there, so you can kind of tell where we're at here if you're familiar with the Tulsa area. Tulsa Midtown, a lot of traffic approaching lunch, right by a hospital. This is right by a hospital entrance, the Wendy's there, and continuing on eastbound, it would be. We're continuing eastbound here, right by St. John Hospital. So we've got the green light there. We've seen him, or seen the driver rather, go through some red lights. We've seen them go through construction zones and kick up some dust there in West Tulsa, and now continuing on toward Lewis on 21st Street. Eastbound 21st, just passing the Lewis intersection. So next up, of course, would be Harvard. And it's been just the rough path of it, by the way. 244 westbound into town, downtown. The driver went to West Tulsa, went back east over the bridge, and so we're kind of making a large circle right now, kind of a large oval that started, or a rectangle starting in Catoosa, south down to West Tulsa, and then back east into Tulsa. So that's the trajectory that we're on. So now we're passing, it looked like Columbia. This is how you get onto the Broken Arrow Expressway eastbound, and 21st just kind of slowing very, we're very slow now as cars are merging, really maybe don't have any idea what's going on, and so they're continuing. But if you're in this area, 21st near Harvard, avoid the area. This is an active Oklahoma Highway Patrol pursuit with other law enforcement agencies, an active police pursuit right now in Midtown, 21st near Harvard. So just stay away from this area. And of course, pay attention if you're already driving. If you know somebody who's driving, pull off to the side of the road. You can call them in their car, just say, hey, just to let you know. So now we've got the CVS, the Burger Street. Now we're in the Fairgrounds area, 21st and Yale. Again, some of the cars are just going through, following the traffic signals, right? And this driver continues, this driver of the white pickup with the landscaping equipment. We've seen OHP do different tactics. You know, when they were on the highway, OHP was trying to match his speed, maybe setting up for a tactical maneuver. They were, after that, trying to get way out ahead of the pickup truck, possibly laying some sort of tire deflating devices. And now it's really the constraints. You can see the constraints that we have in these narrow, old Tulsa City streets in the old part of town here, 21st and Yale, now in front of the Fairgrounds. So we're kind of returning from where we came. We started all the way at 257th East Avenue, went west with the pursuit. Now we're going back east. When we picked up the pursuit, they were getting on to 244 near 129th and near 244 Memorial. And so we've almost made that full loop back around, kind of a rectangle shape. We see the hash marked roadways there for the no turn lanes and just going into oncoming traffic at times and then dipping back out, darting in between cars that are trying to cross the street. Now a major intersection here at Yale, the Whataburger, the Walmart neighborhood market, the Honda shop there. Made it through there safely. We haven't seen any accidents, and we haven't seen any resultant accidents either, things where people kind of, lose control and crash into their car. We haven't seen anything like that we know of. Of course, no direct collisions with the pickup yet, the pickup that has apparently started this pursuit. As we now head down 21st eastbound toward Sheridan, back into neighborhoods. That was kind of more the commercial district. We went through the Cherry Street area, Utica Square especially. We went through the Utica Square area with this pursuit, and now we're heading back into more residential. The street's a little bit wider here. These streets not quite as old from where we came, but you got some frontage road here, so you just never know what's going to happen, because initially the driver was going all highway, going 244, and then the driver eventually ended up getting off on side streets and going through neighborhoods in West Tulsa and going through neighborhoods in Tulsa proper, it's more centralized Tulsa. So we've been through neighborhoods, we've been on highways, we've been on main drag streets like 21st, and now 21st and Sheridan right there. You'll recognize the McDonald's, the Burger King, come and go. And fortunately, as we have Hale High School students aren't back in class yet until January, so hopefully that won't be too much of an issue, but this is going to be passing Hale High School here very soon. OHP, the pursuit has slowed down to a relative crawl, by our pilot Dustin Stone's estimates. We were nearing 60 miles an hour, plus on the highway we saw them speed up, and now it's roughly where we've seen just street speeds. So now we're getting off, it appears, onto a neighborhood again, and we'll see if OHP can do anything. A lot of people looking out. They see the helicopter, the neighbors here. They see the helicopter, maybe watching the news right now on their phones, knowing that it's coming right at them. Again, stay off the streets. If you're going to look, of course, in your yard, that's up to you, but please stay off the streets, stay off the roads in this area, 21st and Sheridan. That was eastbound, so now we're going southbound and now back eastbound into this neighborhood, apparently full of cars. People are home watching. Back northbound now. Not a lot of cars in the roadway. Dustin Stone was telling us, our pilot, telling us earlier, light traffic at this time of day. We really haven't hit that lunch rush. It's now 10:48. We've been on the air live with you. Roughly a half an hour. Is that about right? Yeah, roughly about a half an hour. Hard to keep track. And here's TPD. Now other law enforcement agencies getting involved. An OHP vehicle stopping at the behest of the TPD. The TPD saying, stop, stop, stop. Maybe there were stop sticks or something, but OHP has brought in TPD to this chase. We've seen many apparent Tulsa Police Department vehicles joining in and helping out other law enforcement agencies as well. So it looks like the driver did hit stop sticks, we think. Yep. Is the tires flat? I see it. The front driver's side tire is flat. Can we get Matt to maybe zoom in on that? Can he hear us? Can we zoom in on that tire? I think that's riding on rims. So yeah, I mean, you've got a pickup with stuff in the trunk, in the bed. You got stuff in the trailer, and here we go. Will the driver be able to keep control going into oncoming traffic with a flat tire on the driver's side? Vehicles pulling over, some of them not able to see it in time. Trailer tires might be flat too, I'm told. Yep, I think so. I think you're right, Richard. Yep, it looks like we've got 3 flat tires that we can see in our viewpoint. Maybe that rear driver's side is also flat. So you could see earlier this driver really struggling now, appearing to lose control of this vehicle, really fighting it to keep control. OHP fell back. More law enforcement helping out on the side. We've seen a big community effort from the law enforcement community jumping in on this chase with OHP, this pursuit, and really trying to help them bring this to a safe end. Not many people on the road, but there are plenty. There are plenty that it could be serious. There could be an accident. So just be aware of that. Now we're almost totally flat. Almost totally flat on the front driver's side. No accidents as of yet, thankfully. But this driver has got to be struggling to keep control of a vehicle and a trailer. Here we go. Dustin, I see three flat tires.
Again there, Dave.
Yep. I see three flat tires. It looks like the technical here. We are going to pick it back up. Stick with us. There goes. There goes the tire. Now we're on rims. Now we're on the front driver's side rims. OHP, it is clear they've kind of fallen back. They're not really getting up too close to this driver. It looks, oh, well, there's SUV. And where are we at now, Dustin? Can you hear me? 21st and 44. That's the overpass. 21st and 44, Dustin?
That's correct, Dave. We're still continuing eastbound on 21st, going underneath 44.
The trailer tires are flat too, right?
I believe that's right. I did see some rubber fly off. He has slowed down considerably, and I've seen the trailer bouncing back and forth a little bit, like, obviously like it's not on some tires. So he's having a hard. He's got his hands full trying to keep that trailer and that truck going in one direction.
Again, we have no idea why this pursuit started, if this vehicle is stolen, the reasons, but there's another stop stick. Look at that. Just, I mean, running, hitting all the rubber there on the stop stick. So that's at least appears to be an A-plus job there by OHP on the placement. So now we are approaching, give it to me one more time, Adam. 21st and 169 is what we're looking at now. We've gone all the way back to East Tulsa. We started in Catoosa, went west, went south, now all the way back east. And we're down to a crawl. Traffic's blocking, trying to get off into the grass. OHP almost has it surrounded. They threaded the needle, got through the intersection. This is the 169 overpass, right? Yes, 169 overpass, continuing to head east on 21st Street. Rough estimate, I mean, 20, 30 miles so far, just since we've been on air. I mean, boy, 244 to Sheridan, making the loop. Maybe, Dustin, you think 30 miles so far, maybe since we've been on air?
Yeah, possibly, Dave. We've been all over town, north, south, east, and west. So he's now in a construction zone. This area is blocked off. So this is 21st Street east of 169. So he's in an area that is road work that is not yet completed. So I don't know. It looks like the road bed is completely filled in ahead of him, but I don't know the condition of the concrete or anything like that.
Precisely, and we've seen all the tires flat. I don't know if you can see that, but pretty much every tire except one appears to be flat, so this looks like this is the end. I don't know how you keep control as you approach Garnett now, how you keep control of a vehicle with trailer with a payload in it.
Yeah, so we're approaching Garnett here.
Construction. More stop sticks. It looks like another law enforcement agency assisting on the stop sticks. So now this vehicle, Dustin, been hit by at least 3 stop sticks that we can see. Have you seen more?
I've seen him probably hitting 4 times. He's at a slow speed and being pinned in by the road construction. It's easy for them to get ahead of him and get those stop sticks in front of him. And I've seen them hit him on the wheels probably 3 times, maybe 4.
Yeah, and he's going into the opposite lanes kind of because it's narrowed, because they're sending all the traffic in 2 lanes in the 1 lane. So he is technically, I guess, going, now he's into oncoming traffic, but this is a construction zone. Anybody coming,
right.
Dustin?
Yeah, he's in oncoming traffic. And there's a van in the northbound lane, or sorry, on the westbound lane that's trying to back up and get out of his way because he sees this coming at him.
Coming out of the
van. There's the white van there that was backing up to get out.
Oh, so he would have been T-boned. Okay, so that van backed up. Anybody else ahead of him, Dustin, that we can see? I love this shot, though, but anybody that you can see ahead of him?
No, it doesn't appear though any OHP is in front of him as far as clearing out the lanes or anything like that. If they are ahead, they are strategically placed for stop sticks or something like that.
Yeah, and Dustin, we've seen also several law enforcement agencies join in. It's been really a team effort with area law enforcement agencies to hit this driver with multiple stop sticks. And he's really losing control and slowing down.
Yeah, he's starting to fishtail the trailer. Anytime he tries to do anything, that trailer starts to get away from him.
Yeah, I mean, you're riding on metal or, alloy or whatever. I mean, you're riding on rims. So this is going to be quickly, we hope, quickly and safely ending. Green Pro, thank you. This is from Green Pro's Facebook. Green Pro is on the side of the truck, by the way. Green Pro LLC, thank you to reaching out to us. One of our trucks has been stolen, they said on Facebook, at 9 o'clock at 41st and Garnett. According to Facebook from Green Pro, we immediately contacted police, reported to 7 different agencies, tracked the vehicle with GPS for over an hour waiting for police to respond, and are now communicating with police. That is from Green Pro Landscaping 18 minutes ago on Facebook. They confirmed through their Facebook account that their truck was stolen. This is not their person driving. The truck was stolen near 41st in Garnett, which is almost where we're back to. Now we're in an Aldi parking lot. Where is this?
This is 21st and 129th.
21st, 129th. Maybe a maneuver there to try to get him to stop. South, now we're at a stop. This is where it ends.
And he's given up.
Okay, we're going to stick with it, of course. The driver surrendering after leading OHP on a minimum 40-minute chase. It was much longer than that. Police, OHP, looks like a sheriff's deputy now, surrounding this, looks like a man surrounding this man in, according to the company, a stolen landscape truck. Multiple law enforcement agencies come together, throw out stop sticks, and continue to pursue this vehicle at apparently safe speeds. No accidents involved that we could tell. No one crashed with any of the trooper vehicles or the suspect vehicle that we could tell. And this has been apparently safely brought to an end here. 21st and 129th East Avenue, almost back where it began. According to Green Pro, the truck was stolen at 41st and Garnett, so we're close to that. But again, multiple law enforcement agencies, TPD, OHP has the lead on it. This is OHP's chase. Tulsa County Sheriff's deputies, motorcycle, OHP troopers, and immediately when he lost control of that truck and trailer, ran into the traffic cone. You could see the driver just lunge out of the driver's side to the ground and give up, not wanting to mess with it anymore. So now we can see more than a dozen, looks like more than a dozen law enforcement vehicles in that shot, safely bringing this to an end. All right, we are now at 10:57. Oh, and go ahead, Dustin, could you repeat that for me one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, OHP here, as we've been saying, has been leading this, but now there's a lot of Tulsa Police Department here on the scene as well. This is on 129th, just south of 21st Street, just south of the intersection, right out in front of the Quick Trip.
All right, well, thank you very much, Dustin and Matt, our photographer there in Osage Sky News 6 HD, following this chase for more than 40 minutes, as it has now been safely brought to an end with an apparent stolen vehicle. OHP bringing this chase to an end near 21st and 129th East Avenue. Thank you for joining us. The noon show is coming up in just about an hour. We'll see you then.